Gorgeous. Welcome.
Well, I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you for having me. It's been like a long time coming.
I know.
I'm very thankful I'm able to be here today.
Thank you. Me too. I know like schedules are crazy. That sounds like such a like frou-frou thing to say. Be like, oh, schedules. But like, schedules really be crazy.
Schedules
like,
really are crazy. They really are.
Especially around Pride Month. I bet it's been.
It's insane. Honestly, I forget how busy I am until I get home and I'm like, oh, I can only sleep for 3 hours. And then I have to get up and get ready for the gig. Like, oh, maybe I should have said no.
And then the gig happens here. They're just like, well, I have nothing left to do but shower, sleep, and do it all over again.
All over again the next day. But I'm very thankful.
Exactly. When was the last like good night's sleep you got?
Oh, that's actually I couldn't. Honestly, probably I didn't go out last Saturday, so I would say Friday night I had a really good slumber.
Gorgeous. Isn't it nice saying no to going out sometimes?
You know, it is, and I hate to admit it because I like going out, but I do like sleep sometimes.
No, it's necessary.
It is.
It's almost as if us humans depend on it.
Right? It's like,
Who
oh my
would've
God,
thought?
we need sleep? What is that about?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like sleep, rest, a mental health walk, perhaps.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
Crazy concepts I wouldn't have thought of. But this isn't me transitioning into my notes. That's just me grabbing them.
Right.
But speaking of food,
Oh my God.
I've done CSI level of investigative research.
Yes.
And I know you like high chews, correct?
I am obsessed with high chews, and I hate to admit it because they did not give me a Pride campaign this year or invite me to their pop-up
Really?
shop, which I was very gagged about. But I eat a high chew at least every day, at least like 3. I have to.
Fascinating. First of all, I didn't even know they had like a pop-up.
I didn't either. I saw it on TikTok, and I was like,
Hater behavior of them.
exactly. I know.
How dare they? Well, let's get this started and let's get you that sponsorship because I have every single fucking
my
flavor.
God.
Yeah, I'm not Oprah yet. I'm not giving away cars and whatnot. But I did walk all the way up and down Broadway today in the blistering heat to find every single fucking flavor
Oh my God.
of high chews, and we're gonna rate them.
Oh,
So we
I'm
have-
so down.
This is an unflattering angle for me. This is grape, baby.
Grape. Okay, perfect.
How do you feel about grape?
You know, grape is a good one. It's one that's like not good or bad. It's one that I always just eat, and then it's like a transition flavor for me. Like I eat it between like strawberry and green apple.
Interesting.
To change the flavor. Okay.
We're gonna rate it out of 5.
Okay.
And if you really want to tantalize my listeners, you could get real close to the mic and let them hear all that. This is a first for the show, by the way. This is a 3-dimensional experience now.
As it should be. Welcome to.
Oh, and they're on. Exactly.
Honestly, that was a 3.5.
Okay.
What do you think?
So I'm going to give a backstory like I do for everything. Grape is my least favorite flavor out of all the things.
Honestly,
Except for grape soda.
grape
and
soda
juice.
is amazing, and not grape juice. I could not do a grape juice.
It's so tarty. I love it.
It's too much. I'm like, ugh.
But like the bank lollipops, whenever they'll give me like a grape one, I'm like,
Those ones are just nasty. I don't know. They didn't get the flavor right because it's like something. It's just it tastes like medicine.
thank you. And everyone says that about the cherry flavor of anything. I'm
I
like, you
love
leave
the
her
cherry
alone.
flavor. I will
Exactly.
always get a cherry flavor lollipop. I had one yesterday actually.
Really? What kind?
It was I don't know. It was like the blow pop, the generic blow pop
Oof.
one. It was in a bathroom, so I was like, oh my God, a lollipop. I'll take it.
Those are good. So with that being said, this is a fierce grape.
This is a fierce grape. This was a good. It was juicy. Yeah, it was really juicy. I was like,
That's what I'm saying. It kind of reminded me of the same like pungentness of, is that lotion? Of, oh, we have everything in here. Of grape soda.
yes.
So I'll give it a 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I'll
started
give
off
it a 4
strong.
out of
Okay,
5. So
okay.
she was fierce. The next flavor we have is kiwi.
Oh.
Hopefully our
Ooh.
digestive lining will be fine after this episode. But
Honestly,
you know.
I hope not.
And I mean, if not, then there's room for a Pure for Men sponsorship if they
Right,
really want to
right.
support a girl.
Exactly.
So this is kiwi. I think that's the first time I ever tried their grape one.
Honestly, it's one of the better flavored candies.
Right? This is very Taurus of us, by the way.
Right. This is a little hard. I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. Harder than an actual kiwi. I don't know
Right.
if they're supposed to be hard, but. You know what? We love everybody at Haichu. You know, actually, that second note is cute. That second,
I think after you get past the how tough it is,
yeah.
actually no.
See, now it's turning into like a green apple, which is hot.
Which is amazing.
But like, that's
Don't
green
label it-
apples.
Yeah, that's not kiwi. That's not kiwi. I didn't like that one. I'm sorry, Haichu, if you're listening. I mean, I love that one.
A 2.
I was gonna say a 1.5.
Ooh.
It really didn't do it for me.
Okay, I'll sit there with you. A 1.5.
That was like not good. I'm disappointed, honestly.
Banana. This is a very controversial flavor of everything I fear. But I love
am obsessed with banana.
my sister.
Banana Laffy Taffies.
I was just about to say that.
Okay.
My mom
Superior.
loves banana Laffy Taffies, and I always get her a bag of just the banana ones.
That's how you do it. That's the way to someone's heart.
It's so good.
Now this.
The flavor is just so real.
It's perfect.
Enough flavor, soothing kind of.
I'm like very calm now. I'm like, oh.
No, right? It's
Very
like a beta
relaxing.
blocker. Well, that's my antidepressant right there. That just like calmed me down.
Right, I'm in a great mood now. I'm like,
No more
Let's
Lexapro.
give shows. Yeah, that was amazing.
Let's give shows. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think we are thinking the same thing. That was a 5.
That was a 5.
That was a 5.
That was a 5.
That was. I have no notes, honestly. They felt like working today.
No.
They felt like working today.
Right. And the ending, it ends off on a strong note.
It does.
It doesn't, like, shout out to Banana Laffy Taffies, but, like, towards the end of your journey, you're kind of like,
Like, when is it done? When is it done?
yeah, I see the end. Where's that kept going?
That
Fierce
took me on a
5.
journey. That took me on a journey. That was amazing.
What else do we have? We have so many. Oh, my God. They looked at me like I was insane at the deli. I was
That's
just
how they
like,
look at me every time. I clear out I'm like, can I have that entire row of high chews, please? They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes.
like, why not?
Right now. And
It's a
they don't have
vitamin.
them for like another week. And I'm like, come on, guys.
And then you come in the next time and you're like, now which bitch
Right.
took... Oh.
I'm like, oh, it's me.
That's me with Lifesavers at my bodega.
Lifesaver gummies are like the hard ones.
We love both, but Lifesaver gummies
Okay,
are
Lifesaver
the
gummies.
baddest bitch.
I just started getting into those. I like the tropical 2-in-1s, like the half and half.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are fab.
Those are so good. There's something about like the classic one that I just keep on coming back
Yeah,
to.
you can never go wrong with an original, honestly. It's always gonna hit.
What's crazy about them is that you could smell them. How the fuck do you smell a gummy?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I
They have a
open-
really strong scent. It's
Yeah.
because they're locked in that bag. But honestly, no, lots of candies are locked in bags, and they don't have a scent like that.
You know, like I open up like a Welch's gummy.
Nothing. It gives you nothing.
Yeah, like once I eat it, I'm satisfied, but there's no aroma with it.
Yeah.
Whereas the Lifesaver Journey,
Like-
it's life enhancing.
It is.
It's beautiful. I'm like, which flavor is this? Strawberry.
Oh, I do love a strawberry.
I haven't had this one in a minute either. I've been so in my Lifesavers bag. It's been a minute since I've had a high chew. By next year, I swear to God, you better get the sponsorship.
Well, we honestly, let's manifest it.
I hope the way I'm chewing looks flattering.
No,
I
I'm
can't have
like-
my DMs go into crisis.
I'm like, don't look.
It's like classic strawberry.
Yeah, it's a very, that's strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
It's very juicy. I do like the juice.
It is. Okay.
That was strong.
A 3.5.
I personally was gonna say a 4.5.
A 4.5.
But I do love a strawberry. You know those I don't know if you had them growing up, but in my church, they had like little church candies.
I know
that look like a strawberry.
what you're about to say.
It honestly raised me.
It's like the wrapping paper is the
Yes,
strawberry,
and it has a
the
little
twisty thing is the green.
Yes,
Absolutely.
And it
I
has
still
a little
have
juice,
those.
or what is it? It's like jam or something in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. That just took me back to that. That's why I gave it so high of a score.
Fascinating. Those are like mom's purse finds.
Yes, always. Just like doo-doo-doo-doo, ah.
And they never melt too. And I'm just like, you have a refrigerator in
Who
there?
made those? Because that recipe is insane.
Is indestructible.
It never goes bad.
Those are really good. What other candies are really
The
good?
butterscotch ones.
Oh, the butterscotch.
I did fuck with butterscotch.
Classic. Any child that grows up loving those is a lady. It's such a lady like
It is.
candy. Just
It
pop
is.
in a butterscotch. Ugh.
That's so old of me, just walking around eating butterscotch is like.
Right. And then there's that other one. I think it's called like Weathers, whatever. It's like a caramel coffee thing.
Wait, yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god, yes.
They're kind of swirly in the design.
Yes, my mom did love those. I wasn't a huge fan of them because it always reminded me of coffee, and I didn't like coffee.
Yeah, now that I got older and I'm addicted to it, like addicted to coffee, I'm like, okay, these are great.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee girl.
These are green apple.
Oh my god, if they mess this up,
Watch this one taste like kiwi.
watch. I'm gonna be okay.
Let's see. See? The green apple, it took a minute to get to.
It did.
I just got to it.
You know, I think we hyped it up too much. I think it had the expectations were so high.
Yeah.
It just didn't meet. It didn't meet. I'm not disappointed because it was good. It was great actually.
It was good. Like the beat.
I love the beat.
Beautiful
The beat was
gowns.
fab.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was good though. I just didn't like. It didn't blow me away.
Yeah, and green apple's kind of like, you don't think about her a lot, but she's still an icon and a legend.
Oh, she's always gonna be the girl
in her own right.
She's always that girl.
Like a sour green apple Jolly Rancher.
Ooh,
Like
honestly,
eye-twitching.
green apple flavors of every candy is superior. It is. It is.
It's always like the go-to because some cherries, as much as I love cherry, some of them can be rather medicine reminiscent.
Yes. Have you had the candy apple like suckers? It's like a green apple sucker, but it has like caramel on it.
No.
Those are fab.
I don't think so.
That's also a really good green apple taste.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, the last time I had it, I was like 8, but those are fab.
Is it like an actual apple?
No, it's like a flat sucker, but it's just called like it's like a candy apple because it's like caramel and green apple.
Aw. You're from Texas, right?
I am. Yeah.
Once you called it a sucker, I was like, yeah.
Wait, what do you call it? A pop?
Like a lollipop.
Lollipop. Oh my god. What do I call a lollipop? A lollipop is like I call the big ones a lollipop.
Got
The small ones is called a sucker. Because like a lollipop, I feel like you have to lick a
Interesting.
lollipop. A sucker, you just suck on it. In my mind, that's what I tell myself.
I see. Yeah, I do all the above with those. I get a little too carried away. I remember when I was little, you know those like Outshine like popsicle bars
Yes,
that
yes.
are like, oh my god, I would be going ham.
I'm not a popsicle girl.
Really?
I can do ice
respect
cream
it.
for days, but popsicles scare me because the sound. I don't know if you feel it, but when you bite a popsicle, it
Oof.
just does something to me
Oh,
that just
yeah.
makes me so uncomfortable. I don't know.
I hate it when it like hits my teeth. Excuse this rating, but like while it's still hard, I'm just like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
It just feels weird. It just feels like I'm like rattling like change
Yeah.
in like a tin basket.
Also, it's
or
like the
something.
same feeling I get when I like scrape ice, or it's like I don't know. Ice just makes me feel weird.
Yeah, ice is interesting. I used to be the girl that would eat ice.
You know, I used to munch on ice either, but I stopped at like 13, and I want to get it back, but I just can't. I can't get back into it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hot girl behavior, low key. But then I'm like, like I think I'm hot while I'm doing it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I look ridiculous. Exactly. Like, what am I munching on? I look like a cow.
Yeah.
This is a mango one, but Yeah, I would be going ham on those outshine bars. My mom would literally have to be like, Joey,
That's enough.
calm down. Because I'd be the whole thing. All right, mango better not let us down. I'd be very upset. Right. Cute start.
Right.
It's very authentic mango.
It is. It is.
Like, we just sliced one up. You know what?
That was the best one so far.
5.
That was a 5. I'm sorry. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She did what needed to be done. I mean, from the go. From the go. Strong flavor. Chewy. Juicy.
Knew who it was. What she came to bring. Banana has some competition. Wow.
Girl.
My goodness.
Oh, no, no.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. Miss Mango tour. She did.
Yeah, Miss Mango. Miss Mango.
Now that is a personal fave. The
This
watermelon one.
Wow, the sweet and sour watermelon.
That one is a good one.
Well, you'll be going home with all of these.
Let's see.
Except for
the
whichever
banana.
one.
You gotta get and the mango.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Let's
see.
see. Here's yours, babe.
Oh my God! Don't let me down.
What
Don't
a
embarrass
tasteful
me.
intro. Is this turning you on? Okay. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Immediately. 5.
You see, it's like it's so juicy. I'm like, oh my God, and so flavorful. There's so much flavor.
Oh my gosh. This is making me so happy. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I don't. That honestly, still a fave. Still a fave.
Mm-hmm. 10.
Oh,
I
we
think
broke
she
the
won.
scale.
Yeah, she won.
10.
She broke it.
She did win for me too. She did.
Her, mango, banana.
Her mango banana, then everything else just like kind of falls together.
They just tie.
I think my least favorite was probably. Let me just say grape. She's used to it, so.
Yeah, the kiwi one was rather
Oh, no,
misleading.
The kiwi one was just horrible. That
The
was actually disgusting.
Yeah, I don't.
It wasn't disgusting, but.
But yeah, she was misleading. She was like a situationship that you think is actually gonna like. You're like, this is the one. You tell your friends, and it just disappears. And your friends are like,
Trust.
so what happened to so and so? And you're like, he's doing other things.
And I get that more than you know.
Same. I'm former Miss Reigning Queen of Situationships.
Oh my
I like to no
God.
longer claim myself as such because I will not ever let myself get to that
Right.
level of being seated ever again. But, you know,
We rise.
yeah, we live and we learn and everything. Well, that was a hot intro.
That was sexy. I am turned on by the high shoes. I'm kidding.
No, honestly,
But
it's kind of like an aphrodisiac moment. Not to quote the Grey Brandy, but like it kind of is.
girl, yeah.
The watermelon one really like.
It really changed the mood, I feel. She woke the girls up.
No, same. I'm like, I might have to keep one in my nightstand just for when I brush my teeth and get up.
Yes.
Because that was hot.
It was a moment. It was like an experience. She really took me on a journey.
That was a journey.
Like from beginning to end, I'm still thinking about her.
Same.
I'm still thinking about her.
Perfect amount of sweetness and sour.
And sour. It's the perfect sweet and sour like candy that I've ever tasted.
Oof.
The balance is immaculate. They really high chews. You did your big one with that. For
Yeah,
real.
you need that sponsorship.
Yeah.
It could be like all the girls are a different flavor.
That's what I was telling them. I like tweeted it out. I was like, get like 4 drag queens to represent the 4 original flavors of Haichu.
And even do
If
it for
we
like a
can.
pride thing because like rainbow, haha.
Right. Do it for
like,
pride, throw it away. Well, no, actually, but you know.
But like, you know,
It was
Something.
an easy thing for them to do.
I mean, they have the money for it.
They do.
Clearly, it would be hot. Well, next year.
Next year.
You can
And
be
if
watermelon.
not, then boom, boom, boom. I'm going to move on to Lifesaver Gummies. That's my next one.
Exactly. Then who knows? Maybe you start Lana JA'RAE, Gummy Incorporated,
Oh my
something of that type, your
God.
own. Just go and make it yourself.
That is a
Wouldn't that be cute?
concept. That is cute.
What did you call lollipop suckers? Like Lana
Suckers.
lickers or
Lana
something
lickers.
like that.
That does sound hot. Lana lickers.
Doesn't it?
I'm gonna keep her up here.
Oh.
You'll get 50%. You get 50%.
Oh, keep it, hun. It's all yours. I'd love to see it in fruition. But again, thank you for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I've
love it
been
here.
a huge fan.
Oh my God, I've been loving
Genuinely.
you. I've been loving you from afar. I've been listening to your
Really?
podcast and
Really?
looking. Yeah, I listen to it every time I get ready. I listen to like one podcast, and then I'm like, oh my God, I have like an hour left to get ready. Yeah, I listened to Devs today.
Really?
Yeah, I love that one.
That was such a. It's crazy to see how long ago that was and how much has happened ever since then.
Right?
I'm like, get back over here. We have more to talk about. It's crazy, but I'm happy to have you join and be a part because, like I said, huge fan.
I'm
I think
honored.
the first time I saw you perform was. I'm trying to remember. I know one of the most like memorable performances of yours, which is all of them, but to like my friend group and I that we always go back to was Rockstar at Night of 1,000 Rihannas. Like we talk about that all the
That was a moment.
time.
I did love that one. It's like every time I do like a Nicki O show or like a show at $3 Bill, I'm always like, that's like the show. Because before I moved here, I would like watch videos of like any drag queen performing, and it was always on that stage. And I didn't know that stage was like $3 Bill, obviously. But then when I went to do the show, and I was like,
yeah.
this is the stage. I have to like always bring it to 100%.
And then you get there and you're like, oh shit, this is like a venue. Like this isn't just
It's
a
so
club. Like,
big.
this
It is so big and
concert.
intimidating. It is so scary.
And you started drag 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yes. 2 years ago. 2 years ago in May.
Fascinating. So like during the pandemic or after?
During the pandemic, for sure.
What
I
got
was
you
in
into
it.
drag?
Well, it was a situation where I was in high school. I was supposed to go to college for like dance. They didn't end up going because COVID happened and I didn't want to take dance classes on a Zoom call. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna move out of my parents' house because like they weren't like super accepting or whatever. They are now, thankfully, but at the time they weren't. So I moved away to Oklahoma with my brother because he had a house out there, and I stayed there for a year. And I was just in the house working, going to work, coming home, going to work, going home, and like, oh my gosh, like I want to do something with my life. And I always told myself, in another life, oh, I would love to be a drag queen, but like I couldn't deal with that, like the pressure, the hate, like in this life. But like it, reincarnated or something, or come back as like a bug fly, I'll be a drag queen. But then I thought I was gonna die in COVID. I was like, I have nothing to do. So I was like, oh my God, I'll start drag. And then I started it, and it's the best thing I've ever decided to do.
Crazy. I did like a whole like stalking of your page, and I was just like, my gosh.
Don't go too far back, because I do need to take some of those posts down.
I went far back. I'm that kind of girl. I went far back, and I loved every single second of it.
Goodness.
Because in 2 years you've come so far, and like you're truly one of the like it girls.
Thank you.
You have an
That does mean a
amazing
lot.
online presence and everything too.
Thank you.
You're lovely in person.
Thank
like
you.
yeah, of course it's true, and like you bring it.
I
onto
do
the stage,
try.
too.
It's always because I'm always like, well, growing up I wasn't like the star child, or like I was like the middle child syndrome. I always felt like I was in the back working for
middle
parents'
child, too?
attention.
Felt.
So I was like, oh my God, let me study hard, get all A's, and then it still wasn't good enough for my parents' attention. So like every time I just have like that hard work to just like try super hard just to like be seen by people. So I think that carried over into drag.
Fascinating. Do you remember when your first gig was?
Yes, actually, my first gig was actually Blair Bitch. Blair Bitch booked me
Really?
at Palomas BK with Jupiter Genesis. We did a show. That was my first time ever going out in New York City, and it was amazing. I had a great time, and just because of that, like so many things have happened. So I'm so thankful to her.
I see. And you're doing drag full time now?
Yes, thankfully.
Fucking fierce.
Very thankful to be doing that.
How has that been? Like that journey into just like dibbling and dabbling, and then this is now actually my life. From Monday to
It was something very scary to do because I used to, funny enough, I used to be a clown. When I first moved here, I was like,
Really?
I was a clown / drag queen. I used to clown on the weekends and then finish my day and then go to the club after my gig or after like 12 hours of work. And then I just got so tired because it was so exhausting doing that and then having to work on drag like right after the thing. And I was like, I need rest. And drag was like starting to pick up, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna. I got like really sick, like a couple months ago, or not a couple months ago, like end of December, early January, and I just couldn't go to work anymore, and they just like took me off the schedule without telling me. So I was kind of like fired. Yeah, so I was like kind of fired, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do? I have to pay bills. Like, like, I have to make money somehow. So I just started like really focusing on drag, and at the time I wasn't like really big in New York, or like I'm not saying I'm big now, but like I wasn't really known by anybody. That was like right after Ultimate Diva. I was still like getting my footing in the area. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. So I started doing more online stuff, like trying to submit myself for little campaigns here and there, and then things started coming in, and you know, one thing left to another, and I just started to be able to do it full time.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations, because that's
Thank
not easy.
You. No, I'm like, you know what? Is this a smart decision to do? Because like you never know with drag. It's either booked or not booked. Like it's depending on the schedules. But I'm just like, you know, if I just keep working, I think it'll be fine. Like if I work towards anything, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like, I'm kind of the same way too, where like I'll focus on something for an extended period of time, and I'm just like, so is this just my thing now? Like, I can't do anything else. Like, this has to be it, like, till I die, and I get very existential. And I'm like, no, girl. Like, if you want to, you know, pivot and find something else, or use the platform you've built for yourself with, you know, thing A, you could put it towards thing B.
Yeah. You
know, and kind of just migrate and move around, which you've done well. Like, you perform, but you also do, like, brand deals with Lush, I think it was a few months ago. It was Lush, correct?
Maybe. No.
Hot. Can't even remember. I love it.
That's, I'm like, they're probably going to watch this. And I'm like, no, I really don't know.
But you've done a few now.
Yes, I've done a couple. I have.
So, and that's the thing. That's you bringing you regardless to whatever medium of expression that is and whatnot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hopefully it does.
No, it does. It definitely makes sense.
You know, so what else beyond drag and performing have you found yourself?
I really am like into modeling and fashion. I used to love watching America's Next Top Model. That's actually how I got into Drag Race. I thought Drag Race was America's Next Top Model for a second, and so I just like always wanted to do modeling, but I was like so short growing up, like believe it or not. So I couldn't model as a kid because I was like 16. Like, and I was like 5'2", so it's like that kind of just doesn't work. And so then when I grew up and I was like submitting myself online, and like the pandemic, nothing really hit. And then I started doing drag. I was like, oh my god, I found this new confidence with my body, and like being able to express myself and my femininity and masculinity in a way. Yeah. And it just like unlocked this new thing of like, oh my god, like I'm confident. I feel like confidence was the only thing missing for the model thing to happen. So I'm like really into that right now.
So how did drag kind of help you find your confidence or more confidence?
Well, it was a thing where it's like growing up I was super feminine, and I was like, I don't know why I'm like, you know, always wanted to be with the girls, like not wanted, like I tried playing football, like I did it, I wasn't good, but it's just like I just didn't know what the issue was. And so it was like the first one I put on a like in drag, and I was like, you know, like this is fab, I feel confident, like I can smile, and it was just a way to express my femininity that was so locked up for so long. Yeah. And then it didn't get until like I started to, you know, I was doing drag more often and like switching. It was like, you know, this femininity is carrying over into my boy life, if you want to call it that. And it's just I just learned to like blend the two together. So it's like I'm Lana now. I'm Lana when I'm not in wig and makeup. Like it's just a person. I just happen to look more fab today than I did yesterday.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, I don't know, I'm like, I feel like it's our generation too that is kind of going through an interesting time with this, because it's like we have so much knowledge now and there's so much verbiage when it comes to like these conversations and growing into like our gender and finding where we stand within whatever gender is. But it's like, fuck, like it's tough. Like we go through a lot as kids.
Right.
Like we pretty much spend like the developmental years of us like conforming into something else. So like us with sports or whatever. So then by the time we're in like maybe high school or early 20s, when we're all kind of coming out and blossoming a bit, we're just like, we have to restart this shit all over again.
Exactly.
What? Like this growing up, figuring out ourselves kind of thing. Exactly. Whereas like Chad is over here all the way in his career in life because he knew what he wanted to do from the age of 5 because he was, you know, how do you say it? Like encouraged to do so. It's crazy. I'm just like thinking about all that shit now. But it's good that you found drag that was able to kind of like blend those two together, give you some kind of like medium to figure all that.
I feel like if it wasn't for drag, because I was gonna go to school for dance, but then if it wasn't for dance, I guess I was gonna be like a software engineer or something. Because I used to, like I made good grades in school, you know, I did the academics and stuff, but I just didn't see any joy in that. Like nothing about me wanted to live a generic. Not like saying people who do that is generic by any means.
Love it for them.
Love it for them. Happy for them. But it's just like that's just not something I saw myself doing. Because I saw with my parents, I saw how tired they were, working all the time, barely making any money. It's like I didn't want to exhaust myself.
Yeah.
If I was gonna barely make any money and barely survive, I wanted to at least smile. You know.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like I have so many friends that have the mindset of like I don't care what I'm doing. I could do whatever I can as long as I'm making a lot of money and like I have good benefits, blah blah blah, and can travel.
That's
and,
like,
you know, I wish I could be that way, but I'm like I have to care about what I'm doing.
I have to.
You know, like I have a lot of friends who are like IT people and whatnot, and I'm like, my gosh, I don't know.
That's bad for you. I don't know how.
Right.
I don't understand it for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like even being like something like a fucking accountant, like I know you probably make money doing that, but I'm like I don't care how much I make, like I would fuck up somebody's finances and my own.
Exactly.
Like, it just wouldn't be right. Like what you said, like I'd rather, if I'm gonna be out here struggling with like money, might as well fucking be happy.
Exactly. It's just I mean, my biggest thing is just to be happy. I feel like that's like the easiest thing to do, and I just encourage it more for everybody. And I feel bad for people who just feel like they have to work. 'Cause I feel like not everyone wants to do that. And it's a thing where I feel like everyone needs to know that you don't have to work, and exhaust yourself to survive in life. Like you can actually have fun and enjoy yourself and still make a living for yourself.
That's the thing. And I feel like it's a certain amount of trust that we have in ourselves.
Yeah.
That like we kind of let ourselves kind of go amongst that quote unquote untraditional path or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I quit my job in November. Have just been like doing this work at the studio, kind of freelance and everything. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm literally doing the best I can with what I got.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's working out because that's just faith and hard work day by day. That's literally all you could do to make anything happen. But which friends do you have here in the city? Because I know a lot of the girls love you.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm like everyone in New York City. When I moved here, I tell you, I was so terrified because I mean, I don't know if you like lived before or like lived anywhere before New York, but I heard like New York drag scene was just so mean and scary. The girls were like shady and all that type of stuff. So like I'm not like that type of person. Like I really don't like I can't do drama. I will literally cry at the drop of a pen. But I'm just like I was very scared. So when I came here, everyone was so nice, and I was like, oh my goodness, like what? And so I feel like everyone I talk to is I consider a friend or like a good Judy or someone I can kiki with. I'm really close with Dev and Mariah.
Love.
And Saucy, of course. But those two really, like I feel like I owe a lot to those two because they really helped like drag me out of my shell. Because I was like, I used to be very quiet and reserved because I have really bad social anxiety, believe it or not. I have extremely bad social anxiety. And also when I'm in drag, I can't see. So when I talk to people, so when I'm at the club and I talk to people, sometimes I can't see somebody waving at me. So I think they think I'm like, don't like them or something.
Wait, why? If you don't mind me asking.
Just contacts scare me.
That's what
and I'm gonna have to get over it eventually because like I do want to see the person that's standing at the back of the bar, but we're in the works to get that done. I just have to get over the fear of contacts. I just touching my eye is just like I'm
the same way.
It's like so silly. It's such an easy fix, but you know.
No, not at all. I hate contacts. Back when I used to perform, I would never wear color contacts for that reason or any contacts, let alone. Like, it's just the idea of, like, pulling your eye back. Like, it's so barbaric. I'm like, what am I doing?
I'm just so squirmish, too. Like, anything just makes me want to,
Even, like, eye drops.
I don't do eye drops.
They're so hard to take. I have friends that are just like, I'm sitting there tearing.
It burns.
Yes. And it's like, how do you just like catch it right there?
Right. I'm just like, it's dropping all over my face. I'm like, oh, where is it? Where is it?
And then I start tearing up, which is, if anything, letting go of said solution that my eyes need.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I have friends I could just put in contacts. Like,
I guess it's like after time you get to know like how it works with you and how you can just like touch your eye and stuff. I just don't know if I mean obviously I'm gonna have to have the patience to do that. I just don't know if I am ready to move to that step right now.
One day.
One day we'll make it.
One day, baby steps, babe.
Baby steps.
But no, I feel you, like, especially like within like our kind of like wherever we sit in terms of like the entertainment business and like this industry, if you want to call it, like being social is a part of the job. But it's funny because a lot of us do have social anxiety. So sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Right?
You know what I mean? Like sometimes my biggest fear is literally sitting in front of 2 big ass lights and 4 cameras. But then I'm like, I'm doing this every single day. I don't know what science in my head is going on, but whatever, we love it, I guess. But like social anxiety is a fucking...
It is crazy. And I think mine is thanks to the pandemic. Cause I was like an extrovert before the pandemic. Like I was like the class clown in high school, all types of crazy stuff. And then the pandemic happened, and I was away from everybody. Like I was away from everyone. So I was just there by myself in my room, doing God knows what, and not socializing, obviously. So when I went back out, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, same. I used to have like bad speech problems when I was like a little kid. You too?
Oh my gosh. I still get it sometimes. I had a stutter. I have a really bad stutter. And when I get like really excited or like really tired, my stutter comes out. So I stop talking. Because if I talk too much, then it'll start like, and I'm like, no, because it's so embarrassing.
Really? No, yeah. Now I try to like, even if I'm talking to somebody, like say like a celebrity that I'm working with and I start like stuttering a bit, I'll literally like, I just stuttered, excuse me. And I'll just like call out the elephant in the room, restart it, even though most times people don't fucking notice.
Even notice, but you notice, and that's the worst thing. It's like, oh my God.
Crazy. The stutter is like, it kind of comes out when I get tired too. Tired or like when something is funny.
Something's funny, I do tend to stutter a lot.
Or like if I'm talking to a cute guy, I'm that type where like you could see it all, apparently from what my friends say, like you could see it all over me when I'm into somebody.
Yeah, I get the same thing.
But I'm like,
girls.
You know, the girls just love.
I
So
feel like
I
a stutter to a cute person though is like kind of cute. I feel like if you're stuttering to someone, you're like, oh my God, they know that I think that they're attractive, which is like kind of hot. I feel.
You just made me feel better about that.
You should feel good about it.
Thank you. I'm gonna text him tonight. Thanks.
Do it.
Oh, I most definitely will.
Yes.
But yeah, my stutter. What else did I have? I had like I'm Egyptian, so we speak Arabic back home. And we don't have the letter P in our alphabet. We have B instead. So like if I'm saying like Popeyes as a kid, I'd be saying Bop-Eyes. And I would get the two confused. Isn't it cute?
I kind of love that. That's kind of fierce.
That's what I'm saying. And my parents are like, no, you need to
can't
go
say
to
that.
school. Yeah, and like you need to speak quote unquote properly. And so, that whole thing.
Wait, oh my God, that's actually, I love that actually. I didn't know that.
So like pussy is actually bussy.
Bussy.
Which I'm like, on brand, God, you did it. Thank you.
It all works out.
Yeah.
It all works out.
She's my PR.
She is.
Up
She was.
there.
She was looking out for you.
She was like,
she said, "This one, yeah,
pussy.
That's
That's
for her.
That's for
That's
hers.
for her."
But like, I found myself lately at say like a $3 bill night, for instance. Like, we love it. It's fun. But sometimes it's so socially demanding.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of people with $3 bill.
And have you ever had nights where like, say like your friends are busy, whatever, and you have to work alone, for instance?
It happened. This like passed recently at stand up.
No.
Yes.
And like we love stand up. We love Julie J.
We
but
love
like
stand up. I was so terrified.
that's a packed house.
Yes, it's a lot of people, and being there by yourself, and like that's when I really realized. Like when I don't have like not like a clutch. I don't know if I'm a clutch, but like someone you're comfortable with.
Your anchor.
You're
yeah.
right. They're with, like regardless of what happens, you have that person by your side. And I was just there by myself. I was like, I was literally freaking out. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna talk to people. I don't wanna. It was a panic. But then Hector was there and saved me. So
exactly.
We are thankful for people.
That's the thing. It's like when being out in places alone. Now I've grown to love it, but like. There's certain times where I'll fall back into just like my trap of just like, what the fuck am I doing? I just never know where to place myself.
I'm just so awkward with my body. Like when I'm with someone else, I can just like lean on them, or like I can have my phone in my hand, but like sometimes I don't like holding my phone because I feel like it seems like I'm uninterested.
Yes.
So like no, let me not hold my phone, but then I'm just there like this is like awkward.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Everything.
And I'm a looker too. So like For me personally, like how do I say it? Like, I don't want to say like I love eye contact. I do love eye contact, but like I'm so bad at not giving eye contact. I have to give eye contact, if that makes sense. So like if I'm on the train or if I'm at the club alone waiting for my friend, I don't want to sit and dig my face into my phone. I'm just like, but then I feel like I look like a crazy person, just like, and like actually people watching. Then people think I'm staring at them, and I'm like, "Ugh." But who knows? Maybe nobody gives a single fuck and hasn't.
Honestly,
thought
I
about.
think honestly people don't, but it's just like a thing that we do. We just I overthink literally every single thing, especially when I'm by myself. I'm like, how do I look? How does my hair look? Oh my god, how does my makeup look? Am I standing correctly? Is somebody staring at me? Do I look fierce? Like, where's the light looking? You know, it's a mess in here. Crazy.
No, same. Mine shambles.
Shambles always.
Shamble City. How do you turn that off when you go on stage?
You know?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Every time I go on stage, I just like, it's just like me. I feel like it's just me and the, because honestly, realistically, at $3 bill specifically, I can't see anybody in the audience because the lights are so bright and you can only see the first 2 rows. But to me, it's just blobs. So it just seems like a blackness.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's just me on stage. And I always, because before I started drag, this is like a weird thing I used to do. I used to lip sync in my room just by myself.
That's not weird at all.
Like I was just giving it, and so that's what I channel when I'm on stage. I'm just in my room, you know, just performing for myself and my 4 walls.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's not a weird thing to say. RuPaul used to say that all the time. She would be like, "Yeah, I just pretend I'm in my mom's living room," because she would do the same thing and channel that when she's on stage. Yeah, those lights are bright.
Bright as hell. But they're also great. Every video
Gorgeous.
at $3 bills.
Oh,
I love
stunning.
it.
The $3 bill stage is in their speakers too. Do I leave the next day kind of deaf in one ear?
Well, yes.
Absolutely. Well, yes. But you know, it comes back at
comes back sometimes. So it's
certain
fine.
point. What's been your favorite performance of yours?
Ooh, favorite performance. I'm really into like not doing tricks, even though when you see me, I'm probably gonna do a trick. But I feel like now I'm at a point where I want to show people that I'm not just like a person who can do a split, like can also just perform. So it actually happened recently. Actually, it wasn't like at a big venue. It was at Come On Everybody. I did Be Cute with Charlene, and I did What's Your Pleasure by Jessie Ware. And I was like the perfect amount of like high and drunk. I just felt so sexy, and I just never like connected with the song more than I did that night. And I just felt so hot, and that was like probably my favorite performance. And it was like fine because like I love that it wasn't recorded, so it was like just me and those people that was in the room was able to witness it. But yeah, it was just so intimate. I loved it.
Yeah, sometimes you need those nights where it's like, if your friend's like, "Do you want me to?" No,
like,
babe.
No, I
It's
just
good.
want to be in the moment with the audience.
Because then you're like, "Where's the phone at? Like, let me look good for the this and that." Nah, babe.
Not a single worry.
And that's a good song because it's still upbeat, so the girls in the crowd can move.
Right.
But it's not so
It's
out
so,
there.
It's
just so kind of like.
It
I love that album.
She is a new favorite. I do love her.
Same. Like she went from like cousin to mother.
Oh,
really quick.
Very fast.
Really quick turnaround.
She took one step and it was done. I was like, you better work, bitch.
And the new album too is amazing too. I don't know if you listened to it.
Oh, have
you?
I?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, a casual play shuffle. You know, I do love.
What's your favorites from her in general? What's
Her
your
in
pleasure?
general, what's your pleasure? I did. I was at stand up. I saw Serena perform. Free Yourself.
She's a genius.
That number has been playing on loop in my mind these past hours? A couple hours. It was insane, and she looks so beautiful. I love that one. Pearls is also really good.
Pearls is cute.
But the remix, I like the Pablo Vittar remix.
Yes. Same.
Even though I don't like Pablo Vittar on the track, but I like the beat of the remix.
I know what you mean.
No,
I know what you mean.
I'm not a huge fan of Pablo.
Yeah, I love Pablo. Sometimes,
but she's so beautiful. I just don't. The music. I just.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, not in a bad way, but I'm like, they could have like turned her mic down just a little bit. I'm not saying that because she sounds bad, but just as an engineer, as a producer, I'm like, let's make sure these levels are equal
sound levels
now.
are just.
Yeah, so you're not screaming on the track. Darling.
She is just really happy to be there.
She's really elated and really happy for the opportunity.
What are your favorites?
From Jessie, what's your pleasure? Obviously, I love the Kale. The kale is nasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if I were to ever come back to the stage, that would be one of my comeback performances. Isn't that kind?
Wait, you did drag?
3 years.
Ah!
In Miami and DC.
Why have I not seen any of this? Wait, what have you performed in the city?
I performed in the city once.
When?
So back in like 2019.
Oh my god, you have to do it again.
I know.
No, I just got so excited.
One day the comeback will return. One of these days. Oh, the girls are so lucky I stopped when I did.
Please
because I was
come
getting
back.
pussy.
Please come back.
Oh.
Oh my god. I literally just got so excited.
Really?
Yes, I'm like geeking out right now.
Wow. I'll show you pictures. It's
Okay.
literally deep down in my Instagram.
Okay, fab. I will be scrolling.
Don't look too far down.
I'm not gonna
though,
look too far.
Because some of them were rough, and I really thought I was eating.
That's
and
how.
devouring.
That's the charm of it, though. I feel like that is the charm of the entire thing.
Always, because it's like everybody's figuring out what works for them. Like we could
Yeah.
all look back on those first faces we've painted on ourselves, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, like that's a Naomi brow that I wanted. That's a raven eye that I was trying to do, and I'm like,
Yes.
maybe I didn't need all that,
Yeah.
or maybe I needed more. Like it's just about figuring.
Giving and taking from here, taking from there, creating your own.
Who inspired your drag?
My drag, obviously Naomi. I feel like that's like a very obvious.
Naomi's
thing.
really modern day mother.
She really is.
Like she went from like hot older sister to mother
She went
pipeline
very
really
fast,
quick.
overnight, honestly.
Like the modern day Raven, if you will, which is kind of like funny because that was her.
Exactly.
inspo and
Exactly. She
everything.
is the new Raven, which is amazing. I love Gigi. Actually, I think the first makeup tutorial I followed was Gigi, which is weird because Gigi is white. But it was actually, Gigi and Lux, believe it or not. Lux was, she was like a huge online inspiration for me.
Yes.
Way before I even met her in person. And then I would say Aquaria. I love Aquaria. And then Sasha Velour.
Love. I think Aquaria is very underrated.
You said overrated?
Underrated.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Underrated.
people don't talk about her package in season 10. Season 10.
That was her season. From beginning, the moment she walked in the door to the moment she fucking got the crown and left.
Exactly. Like we all talk about like Violet's runways, which love, but Aquaria's runways, like still to this day, I salivate over that one outfit she had in the ball challenge. It was the fur with, and she had the hat and and that
wait,
too.
no, you're talking about the one. Yes, that one.
But
that
also
one.
the spine too.
Yeah. Girl, the
devoured.
design challenge, the lightning bolt, amazing. Her mind, her makeup,
And her walk.
her.
I
walk is
love
everything.
a good like New York walk.
And she was just so young and so sure of herself and just so like talented. It was just so beautiful to watch.
Crazy. I'm like, going into that at 21 is wild.
Insanity.
In which you're 21 too, correct?
I am 21.
I don't mean to be that gay that's a few years older than somebody and is like, you're a baby, but like, holy shit.
I know. I am.
You're
really
a
young.
baby
I'm
girl.
a baby.
Wow. Did that ever like, was that one of the things that kind of like intimidated you a bit coming into the drag scene? Was age and, you know, older queens being quote unquote more experienced and
for
such
sure.
like that?
I mean, I was always really worried coming in because of my age. I thought people would just like look down on me and be like, oh my god, like she still has, you know, a lot of time to grow. She's too young. Like, why is she here? She's not supposed to be in these spaces with us yet. But I don't know. I just kind of had to just like, because I feel like for me, at least in my mind, I don't act as young as I am. I feel like I carry myself, because I have to grow up really fast. So I feel like I'm like at least a couple more years than I actually.
Yeah, personality-wise, I
me.
thought you were like a cute 25.
Oh, fab.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day.
Yeah. Physically, 3.
Nah. Yes. And also 25 minus 3, 22. Fab. Look at that.
Oh, wow. I didn't even mean that. That's the most math I'm going to do today.
God, same. No more math for me. That was it.
That was it.
That was all of it. I can do no more.
That and the counting how many high shoes I needed to get.
Oh my gosh, yes. You ate that up, really.
We both
did.
ate that up, Miss Sour Watermelon.
I'm still thinking about her.
No, same. I'm like, I'm still trying to get. It's like when you have like sex flashbacks. I'm just like,
Oh, those are great. I do.
Aren't
love sex
they?
flashbacks. I do.
I'll let myself kind of just actually sit and revel in them.
As you should.
You know,
I feel like you should always reminisce in those.
like if it was a great time, it was a great time.
If it was a great time, it was a fab time, and you should never forget it.
you know, so good I had to just rewind
Just
it.
had to like, oh.
Even on the M train, I'll just sit there,
On
flip my
on
glasses
the
over,
M
and
train,
just
yeah, just think about it. I'm like, ooh, hey.
right. The one video, that one lady on the train, she's like,
Yeah. I love that video of that girl so much. She's just living her life. Girl, I want to
Just
know what
left
song she was
work.
listening to.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to know the song.
That's me with Jessie Ware.
Oh, all the time.
Down.
All the time.
That's me leaving work. I'm just like, okay, time to go do something fun.
Right, time to let's really have fun.
That's what I'm saying. And so when it came to, I wanted to go back to like drawing the age. What I love about like this kind of time right now with New York drag specifically is that the age thing really doesn't matter. And there's girls in their 20s like performing like peak entertainers, and that's what I love. Like you, Mariah, Dev, Essence, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are really like setting the kind of standard for New York drag at the moment. It doesn't matter how many
Yay.
years
Oh my
you've
God,
done it. It
thank
doesn't matter
you.
like how old you are, whatever, how long you've lived in the city for, you know, because I feel like it used to take a long time for girls to really be looked at as like reputable drag figures. Whereas right now I'm like, yeah, like the big it girls in the city are you and etc. So and so.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That does mean a lot. I was actually really scared about just the way I'd be perceived, because I was like a social media queen before I moved to New York, and I thought people would be like, oh my God, like she's just a phase and she's not talented or she can't perform. But very happy that people, like you saying that does mean a lot to me, that people like look at me like that, because I really undermine myself a lot. Like I really am just like, I'm just a casual girl
Oh, babe.
there at the club giving it, you know.
Not casual. Not casual at all. And one thing that my elderly self could advise is that, like, for me personally in my journey is like, by 25, I was like, oh, okay. All that, like, oh, casual this, casual that doesn't help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, know what you bring, because you bring a lot.
Thank you.
It's true. It's true.
Thank
so
you.
just know that, because I'm literally going through that same thing right now.
Okay.
And like once you, and it, you know, it takes time for everybody. Once you fully like get into that power, it's like, oh, it's over. It's over.
Yeah. I do need to give myself more props. I just never been that girl. I really haven't.
Mm-hmm.
But I should become that girl.
Yeah, because what's crazy is that like just because you give yourself props doesn't make you what maybe one would think of arrogant or such and such. Like it's literally just being factual.
Yeah.
I did this. I sold this show. I did that and that and that. I'm gonna treat myself as such.
Yeah.
You know.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Because my things is like, say if for one of our friends, we'd be like, girl, like, you know, you're being too hard on yourself and da-da. So I'm like, why are we doing the same thing to us?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, I always think of it if it was my friend, like, saying they came back from work and they felt this and this and that about themselves, I'd be like, no. And I wouldn't be saying that just because I'm their friend. I'd be saying it because it's
true.
True. I just think, just like with the social anxiety thing, I think we just sit inside ourselves for so long where, like, everything just overcooks for way too long. We're thinking about it
For sure.
ever, you know?
Girl, I need to get lots of things out of this brain. I be overthinking too much. It's like, it drives me crazy. And I hate it. It's like my least favorite quality about myself.
And are you the type of person though that like you hate it but you also kind of enjoy it because that's where good ideas come from?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a thing that I would never get rid of, but I also never want. So it's like,
no, 1,000,000%. I think that's a lot of creatives. You know what I mean? Like creative people or people that are within like this kind of line of work, because it's like it's those emotions that we kind of do need to, you know, conceptualize a performance or like think about an interview. Like, so I'm like, oh, I can't live without it. But also sometimes it would be nice.
just nice, yeah.
You know, like a head empty, no thoughts would
Exactly. A little moment here and there.
would be lovely. One thing I will recommend that I discovered was this supplement. It's literally like fully natural and everything. I'm not pushing drugs onto people that come into. She's a pusher, Katie.
Goodness.
Yeah, could you imagine? No, my friend recommended it to me through Trendsetter. It's magnesium glycinate or something like that. It like it's a, how do you say it? It's not a muscle relaxer, but like it soothes any like soreness from like performing or working out or walking a lot, like what we do here in the city. And it just does something. It's not like a sleeping pill, but it kind of just turns off all the voices.
I love that.
It is gorgeous. I've been taking it before I go to bed every night, and I wake up feeling actually good.
I need to get that then.
Crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like heaven.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm the type of person where like even if I go across the street to like the deli, I'm thinking about 1,000 different things. And sometimes I'm having fun because I'm like, look at all the Lifesavers flavors, but also I'm just like sitting and having an existential crisis in the middle of the bodega.
Yes.
Which like is hot sometimes, but not most. And I take it and I go and I'm just there waiting for my food.
Wait, that sounds amazing.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Highly, highly, highly recommend.
I will be getting her.
We'll send you the link to wherever you could purchase it from.
Because that sounds like something I need yesterday.
It's lovely. It's so good. How has Pride been for you?
Really good, honestly. Very thankful to be booked. As much as I am, very happy. I want to have a moment where I can like really enjoy Pride because it's like my first New York or Pride in New York. So I want to like, you know, be able to have fun with the girls. But yeah, that's it. I just want to be able to just like not exhaust myself before the end of the month. Yeah. I still have a couple more days to go. And I want to just celebrate it like not working, you know?
Yeah, just enjoying it.
But it's going good. I have no complaints, honestly. I just would like 1 more hour of sleep. But that's because I stay out all the time. So it's on me.
One of these days. Are you the type of girl that like stays till the lights come on? Or are you like 2 a.m. Let's go.
I stay till the lights come on.
Same. Because I'm like, if we're going out, we're going out.
I'm like, if I'm out for the count. I'm out until everybody wants to go home. And I'm like, you know, it's time to go home.
Exactly. I'm the same way. The only way I will leave a certain place, quote unquote, earlier in the middle of the night is like if the music is bad or if it's just not that night. Yeah. Like the friends are tired and everything. And I'm like, should we just afters? Yeah. Yeah. But what do you have planned for the rest of the year, including sleep?
Yes. For the rest of the year, I'm trying to, or I have what is it? I have something. What is it? I have something coming out. Me forgetting. Well, I have something coming out. It's like another model thing happening. I model as a boy, not as much as like Lana. It's like kind of just, or not a boy as a person. I don't use that. But yeah, there's like something that came out today. Hopefully, I'll be able to talk about it soon. I'm not sure.
Oh, I love that.
And just trying to perform more. I want to travel a lot more than I am now, just because like I have a lot of people all over that I want to communicate and share my story with. I don't want to get like so stagnant and steadfast on like growing here. I want to grow everywhere because in my mind I'm like, I feel like a lot of people, I'm just speaking in general, a lot of people want to wait for something in order to go after something, whereas I just want to be able to go after the big thing instead of having to wait on something to get to the big thing.
Absolutely. You could go make it for yourself.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. I just want to treat myself more like a, what's the word? Like a mogul, like a someone who's just is a professional. And I feel like I oftentimes am told that I have to wait to become a professional when I could just become a professional now. So my goal for the end of the year is just to like treat myself and what I do as a career rather than just like something I want to do for fun, you know?
Yeah, completely.
If that makes any sense.
1,000,000%. Like you're the entity.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, say, like some girls that have like a team, they have like their PR, like treat yourself as if you're all those things. You're the talent that you're working with. You're the PR. Yeah. Which, you know, does that make sense? Like, put yourself everywhere, communicate with all the people that you need to communicate to, as well as be as the talent that travels, that performs.
Want to expand, become bigger than just what I think is the biggest. I don't know.
No, completely. And I mean, considering looking at how the past 2 years have been, baby.
Honestly, 2 years the past 2 years have been crazy. It's like, it's crazy to think about. I honestly don't think about like my journey enough. But like, I'm very thankful to be at the place that I am. I never thought I would be able to be sitting on a podcast, being interviewed by somebody, or just let alone be able to have friends, other drag queens, people who want to talk to me, people who want to book me, people who want to see me perform. Like, that's just like something that I've never fathomed was possible, at least like not this early on. I thought in my eyes it would take like 10 years to get to a position like this.
In 2 years, you found your home.
I did. And I always say that. I'm like, everyone's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from New York, or from Texas, but like New York is the only place where I've been able to like truly live life. So it's the only place I would call home, but I was just born in Texas.
Yeah. Have you been back ever since, or?
Not since I moved. I've not been back to Texas.
Love.
And it's not that I don't want to go back. It's just a situation like, my family's just really weird, and it's just like I grew up like not talking to a lot of my family members just because like I was like an outcast because I was so feminine, I was so different, and I had like I don't know, my family's just they like to pick on me a lot, so I have like a very flawed relationship with a lot of them. And so going back to the city to like be the person that I am, I don't really care to hear what they have to say. So like, why would I go back to the city unless I'm like performing somewhere else? I don't really want to go visit them. They can come visit me. That's like the kind of position I'm at, you know?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I agree with you. And you have your family here now.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
You have the love that you deserve here now. That's what matters. That's like the best part about growing up is when you realize you're like, oh shit, I get to rewrite everything.
Exactly.
Now.
I can do what I want to do.
You know, like I'm done dealing with the effects of other people's decisions.
Of course.
Now it's my turn.
And it's like I love them. I will always wish them the best. I will always care for them and always sing their praises. But it's like when I have people here who got it right on the first try, who love me for me, whether that is like all my flaws, all my amazing things, all my weird quirks, you know, why would I give that up or look past that when they were here from the beginning, you know?
Exactly. And you never know what life has to offer either. Like, say something happens later on, work. If it doesn't, work.
Exactly.
You know, you have what you need here. And there's going to be plenty more out there, too, that you discover, like, on your journey and everything, and traveling, doing shows, and meeting all other people. Like, it's going to be so good for you. I'm genuinely very excited.
Thank you. Thank you.
My love, thank you for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Please come again.
I will.
Anytime. I'll bring lifesavers maybe next time.
We do have to do a lifesaver test next time.
Yeah, mine is all going to be just like 10s.
And I will try to keep up. I'll do some research. I'll bring the lifesaver gummies next time. You bought the high cheese. I'll bring the lifesaver gummies.
Appreciate it. Maybe I'll even bring the hard lifesavers too, because there's always time for those too.
There's always time. You can never forget them. Never. Forget them.
The little like stack or the little roll they have them in.
Oh my gosh, you did just take me back. You did just take me back.
I know. So old school, right?
No.
And like the mint ones they have too. Those ones are
the
really
mint
good.
ones.
Yeah. You've tried those, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are just so strong. That's like the strongest mint flavor I felt in like. Girl, I have to prepare myself. Like, whew.
I love them. My friend's work has them in their bathroom, and every time I have one, I'm just like, somebody put their tongue down my throat.
No, give that.
So lovely.
It's just so refreshing. It is very refreshing. It's like I feel like I just like took a shower of my throat. Like I just like.
Yes.
Oh, that's probably not the action I should do on this video.
No, it's like when you have like a really strong mint, then drink water after, and you're like.
It is like. It's like a McDonald's Sprite. Just in your face.
Oof. Fuck. That sounds so good right now. Sorry, that really just took me there. It's been so long. But, my love, genuinely, thank you for coming. I'm so happy we got to talk. Because, like, whenever we do her, hey, girl, like, little, I'm like, she's so lovely.
We need to talk more, right?
So, thank you for coming. I know it's not going to be the last time.
Oh, hopefully not. Never. Always back.
Congratulations, genuinely.
Thank you so
on
much.
Everything. Keep going. But also, know, like, when it's time to take a moment and take a fucking nap, it's time to take a moment or take a nap.
Yeah, I do need to know that.
Yeah, like, take care of yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you stutter here and there, that's okay because I'm fucking stuttering.
And you'll be there with me, so work. I got you.
Exactly, my love. Thank you.
Thank you
so much for coming. I love you.
Love you.
Thanks, babe.